A very good morning, good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I welcome to the meeting number 107 of Chalk and Duster Toastmaster Club. My name is Toastmaster Ashok Kaur. Let me reiterate the mission of Toastmaster Club. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we begin the meeting, kindly switch off your cell phones or keep them in the silent mode. Kindly don't crosstalk during the meeting and rename yourself according to your roles. Also, be mindful while talking about sex, religion, and politics. So, with this, I would like to hand over my virtual stage to the next role, the presiding officer. So, she is a very dynamic lady. She is an author and a MBA graduate. She is none other than our president, Toastmaster Ravinder Kaur. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome the presiding officer, Toastmaster Ravinder Kaur. It's over to you, Ravinder Kaur.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shokar, for wonderfully introducing me. So, as we all know, today is a 107 meeting. So, I, as being a presiding officer, officially declare the meeting number 107 open. So, without taking much time, I have one short story with you to share. Once there in a village, there was a young girl named Maya. And she dreamt of becoming a doctor. Despite facing various, even numerous challenges, she persevered and excelled in her studies. She and her determination as well as her hard work not only fulfilled her dreams, but also inspired the whole village. So from the story, we must learn that with the hard work as well as our perseverance and our dedication toward our goals, we can achieve anything. So with this, I must say there are 5 speakers ready for their speeches, and they will prove today, as we are going to conduct a speakeathon in which there are 5 speakers and they have their different thoughts with the different story titles. So are you ready for that? That's good. So without taking much time, let's invite the Toastmaster of the day. He is none other than an experienced Toastmaster and excellent orator. He has rich experience of working with Indian Defense Services. He loves to read classic and engage in creative writing. So let's welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. The virtual stage is all yours. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I hope if you cannot see me, at least you can hear me. Today's topic that we are going to discuss on is Mosaic of Memory. Memory offers you understand what it is, but what is the meaning of mosaic? Anyone from the audience want to understand by this term, mosaic?
Are you asking what is music?
Good evening, everyone.
Am I audible to each one of you?
Voice is clear but broken at times.
Okay, because the internet is
Were
down.
you
There's no
asking?
light.
Okay, okay. Were you asking what is music?
What is the meaning of mosaic?
Mosaic.
Title of my theme is Mosaic of Memory. MOSAIC. Mosaic of Memory. So what do you understand by this word mosaic?
It may be the particular memory that we are getting in our mind. Maybe the particular incident. We are getting the same memory again and again.
I think mosaic is the adjustment of some design, like adjustment of tiles is mosaic, I think. Not sure.
Bang on. It means kind of orderly arrangement of stone or tile or glass to make it look more beautiful. Similarly, our life is a mosaic of memories. Look back to find there'll be good memories, there'll be bad memories, there'll be ugly memories. It's a mix of good, bad, and ugly. It's a tapestry of lot of memories. Let's take a pause, go down our memory lane to relive those wonderful moments. It might be good, it might be bad, but on the pedestal of this duality, our life stands. So if I can request you all to close your eyes, and let's sync our breath. Once we sync our breath, we become one with the sync that exists in nature. There's a rhythm in the nature. There's a rhythm within us. And to catch hold of that rhythm, we need to sync your breath. So with my count, let's breathe in and observing it out. Again, breathe in with me. Breathe out slowly, very slow. As you pay attention to your take a journey in the nostalgic path of your life. If I look back, I've traveled almost 56 years on the lap of Mother Earth. Whatever time you have spent on the lap of Mother Earth, look back, look at some sceneries, relive that moment. Something from your childhood, something from your adulthood. It can be anything. Now come back to your body, back to your breath, and you can open your eyes with a smile. I'll ask you to share your memories as we progress on, but let's start our meeting without taking much of the time. So our life is a rich mosaic of memories. And once you're memorizing, somebody has to remind us how was our life. So we have three musketeers today who are going to remind us. And the first is the timer of the day. He is going to remind us the time that you deliver any of our speeches. He's a financial professional, a chartered accountant. He is working with a reputed MNC, and he loves playing badminton and loves traveling. Let's call up on the stage Gaurav Srivastav to tell us his role. Gaurav Srivastav, please describe your role to the audience.
Thank you, Toastmaster, and good evening. Welcome, dear Toastmasters and guests. So today I will be acting as a timer, and as a timer, my job is to evaluate the time taken by the speakers and the evaluators during the day. I will also alert each speaker of the day time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote a specific time meaning. The speeches today are generally covered under the range of 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. One speech is of 13 to 15 minutes. So at 13 minutes, I will raise the green card for that, and 14 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 15 minutes, I will raise the red card. So this we will be evaluating. So thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Gaurav, take note. Can you show us the cards once? Green, yellow, and the red. Okay, that's nice.
So
We can.
this green,
Okay, great.
yellow, and red.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Now let's go over to the next musketeer. She's an engineer working with HRFC Ergo. She's a dancer, traveler, and loves making new friends. So now let's go over to our counter of the day, Toastmaster Nirmala Sen. Nirmala, please describe your role.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I could not open my video. Actually, there is a network problem issue. So sorry for that. Today I will play the role of arc hunter. My role is to pay attention to the speaker, each speaker, and note the sound, just like pause or crunch. And even I will listen the repeated word like you know what. Just after that, when the evaluator called me, I'll submit my report. Thank you. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Nirmala. Now, next in the line is the language evaluator or the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Ashok. He's a very, very passionate Toastmaster and is improving in leaps and bounds. Now, I would request him to explain his role to the audience. Toastmaster Ashok.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj. Today, I will be your grammarian for this meeting. As a grammarian, I will note down the incorrect usage of grammar used throughout the meeting. I will also note down the noteworthy words, good phrases, and quotes. It's also my responsibility to provide the word of the day. The word of the day is nostalgia, which means a feeling of pleasure and also slight sadness when you think about the things that happened in the past. A feeling of pleasure and also slight sadness when you think about the things that happened in the past. The usage goes like this. Some people feel nostalgia for their school days. Another example is hearing that song again filled him with nostalgia. I encourage all the speakers and role takers to use the word of the day, and I wish very all the best to all the speakers and role takers. With this, I shall hand over my virtual stage back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashok. Your word of the day, nostalgia, is in sync with my theme. So I'll be encouraging everybody to use this word of the day. Now, before we progress on to speech marathon with 6 speakers lined up today, before that, let me ask the Zoom master Sarika Das, when you closed your eyes, took that journey down your memory lane, could you share that experience with us? Be very, very specific and to the point and be short.
Okay, so when I have closed my eyes, I have seen that there was one of my close friend. I used to roam around with her very frequently. Then I have also done many mischievous activities with her. But with time, I have seen what happened, that she has moved abroad and I have to stay in my country. So there a distance has been created. So that's the memory till now.
Thank you very much, Zoom master. I think the distances sometimes sweeten all these memories, sweeten the relationships. Now, to kickstart and set the ball rolling for the first segment, that is Speechathon. Those who have ran marathons, they will understand. Different kind of muscles are required to be fine-tuned to run a sprint and different set for the marathon. Yes, Ashok, you want to say something?
I just missed that timer saying, will it be 13, 14 and 15 minutes for me?
No, it will be
Oh,
10,
yes.
10, 13, 15.
10, 13, 15. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Timer to note, it will be 10, 13, 15. 10 will be qualifying time. Okay, well, let's start the meeting. Let's start the first segment. And we have Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale, a charter member of this club, a retired person with a lot of passion inside him and lot of colorful. He's a colorful personality who enthuses us with his wonderful songs whenever he gets time. Now, today he's attempting level 4, project 1 from presentation mastery. Hey, it will be a speech for 5 to 7 minute speech. The length of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes, but it has to be spoken within 10 to 15 minutes. That's the beauty and that's a challenge for the speaker. How that's going to happen, you are going to notice now. So keep all your ears and eyes open, audience, and to see the magic reopening before your eyes, a 5 to 7 minute script being delivered within 10 to 15 minutes. So timer to note, show the green card at 10 minutes, that is a qualifying time, 13 minutes, amber or the yellow, and 15 minutes will be the red card. Now, Toastmaster Ashok with the topic glossophobia R&R. Glossophobia R&R, Toastmaster Ashok. The stage is all yours.
Good morning. I am here to. Sorry, I just forgot the words. Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, very good evening and warm greetings to you all. Could you observe what I just did just before? Any one of you?
You were fumbling.
Yeah, I was fumbling. I was experiencing fear. How to speak and what to speak in front of such a beautiful and knowledgeable audience, isn't it? Yes, I am here to speak something about glossophobia. Glossophobia, R and R. R is nothing but reason, and second R is remedy. So glossophobia, reasons, causes of it, and remedy. How can we overcome it? Can anyone tell exact meaning of glossophobia? Any one of you?
It's a fear of public speaking.
Yeah, very well said, Ravinder. It's even I would say it's a strong fear of speaking in front of public. How many of you have experienced that? Maybe as a Toastmaster, maybe while delivering a speech anywhere in your career till now. How many of you experienced that? Just raise your hand. Yeah, Lucky, Satya, Sarika, Gaurav, almost all. And see, I am also one of you. So I have also explained it. I am not the exception. See, fear is a very natural phenomenon, isn't it? We are fearful of so many things in the life. Even animals have that. A rat is fearful of a cat. Huh? A cat is afraid of a dog. A dog has a fear of maybe some other big animal. And we human beings also, we have fear of animals, not only animals, but in our life, we have so many kind of fears. Can you tell me one or two? Can you name one or two? What kind of fears we have as human beings? Yes, please.
Fear of falling down from a height.
Fear of falling down from a height. Great.
Fear of failure.
Fear of failure. Anything else?
Fear of darkness. Darkness.
Pardon? Pardon?
Fear of being bitten by a dog.
Yeah. So, we as human beings, we also experience many kind of fears in our life. Like someone said, fear of falling, fear of height. We have vertigo. Fear of being in a crowded place. Even fear of being, of feeling loneliness. Fear of being at a confined place. Even fear of what people will say about us. What people will think about me if I go through some embarrassing situation. And so is glossophobia. Fear of speaking in front of public. That is also kind of fear. And the study says that almost 70% of the people in the world, they are fearful of this glossophobia.
What about fear of your wife?
Fear of?
Your wife? Your spouse?
I think that is the biggest
don't you
fear
think
I
that's
have.
the greatest fear?
That
I
is,
feel that is the greatest fear.
yeah, that is the biggest fear.
More fearful than
I have
glossophobia.
for every one of us. And there are again many ways to overcome that also. To be lovable, to love your wife, to take care of herself, to take care of her, good care of her, and she will in turn take care of you. So you can come out of that fear also. Now I have seen, or rather I have watched many good orators also, when suddenly they are given a new topic to speak about 10 minutes or 5 minutes. The topic which they have not spoken before. So it was totally new to them. In such cases also, even good orators have that fear. What am I going to speak today? I don't know much about this topic. I will have to rehearse more. I will have to research more. That brings the fear even to good orators also.
Then Toastmaster, so what if I have a fear of glossophobia and fear of wife as well? Because I cannot come, I am not comfortable at home, and I'm not comfortable at public. So where should I go and how do I handle myself? It's difficult this day.
Have you heard about keeping silence sometimes?
No.
No. Okay. Even if not speaking, silence or being silent can be a more effective communication tool. But if it comes at all to speaking, if it all comes to speaking, one must be aware of that. If there is a problem, there must be a solution to it. Sit together. Don't be fearful of anything. She is your wife. You have brought her home. Maybe 1 year, 2 years, 20 years, 30 years have passed after your marriage. You must have developed a better understanding. Why not to sit together and resolve the issues? Don't be fearful. Fear is not going to benefit anyway. Am I clear?
Master Ashok.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes, Lucky.
Yeah, Pravat, you were saying something. Would you like to continue?
No, I just thanked and said I will try. Just that's it.
Okay.
Yes, Lucky.
I was feeling, what if we have a fear of keeping silent?
Fear of keeping
Silent.
silent. Yes, I'll say something about this. What happens if I'm participating in a group, say 4 or 5 or 6 persons. Something is being discussed. Why I keep silent? Either it is my nature, or else I do not know much about the topic, about the conversation, what is happening there. So, fear of feeling silence or keeping silence, it comes only when we are lacking in knowledge. What will I speak if I'm asked to speak something about something? So that fear comes. If I keep silent, what people will think about me, either I do not know the subject, or I don't want to participate, or I am a bit introvert or reserved kind of person.
Yeah, so that is what is the fear, no? Like, I'm an introvert person, and if I don't speak, then that bothers me. So then that is one of the fear which I need to overcome, for example. Then that is a very difficult situation, like, I have the fear of silence, and simultaneously I have the fear of speaking also. And as you said earlier, that most of the great speakers, eloquent speakers, they also have fear of silence, fear of speaking if they have to speak on something which is a new topic for them. But I slightly disagree on this. Like, most of now, they are eloquent because they have mastered that art of speaking on anything that is given to them. So for that matter, for them, this is not the fear for them. Like, they have overcome the fear of speaking, or in fact, for that matter, fear of keeping silent as well. So combining all of these things, I feel that somewhere our thought that we are, most of the time we think that even the great speakers, eloquent speakers, even well-known speakers, they also have the fear of speaking. Somewhere I feel that this is not the reality. In fact, most of the great speakers, they have already overcome their fear. So there's no point in linking our experience to them. That's what I feel. We should be able to understand, like, what is the situation of a person who has the fear of speaking, and the situation of the person who has already overcome that fear of speaking and is speaking fluently at various forums, has learned the art of managing situations well, and has learned the art of speaking even when the topic is not something which is their expertise, and they have been told to speak on that, but they can really manage things, because they have practiced, they have gone through such situations in their life. So from that perspective, I'm saying that this is what is we should consider, that there is a difference, and that is this level where we should reach.
Okay, well said, Lucky. I agree that most of the eloquent speakers, if they are asked to say something about a new topic, as you said, they are master of managing it. They are master of managing it. If I am taking a seminar, I am delivering a training to the trainees. If something of difficult question is asked to me, what I will do as a trainer, and if I do not know the answer, I will try to divert either, or I will say that I will come back to you after some time, isn't it? But I will not keep silence because I am there to speak. So I have to speak something. I cannot be silent there. Hope I have answered your question. May I move
Yes,
further?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, Lagi. Almost all of you have delivered your icebreaker speeches, isn't it? How many of you had that fear while delivering for the first time in the club in front of other members, new members? Satya, even I had that. Even every one of us had that. Do you agree with me? See, I remember my first experience when I was in school. It was around 51, 52 years back. 1972 or 73, something. I was, as a schoolboy, I was asked to open the assembly by saying thought of the day. By saying thought of the day. So when I was called upon, I reached there, my legs were shaking, the voice was also shaking, the mouth was dry. The mouth was dry. And believe me, I could not utter more than 2 words. I just could say, good morning, and I forgot the thought which was given to me for speaking. Then I said, thank you, and I went back in my row in the assembly. It was quite embarrassing situation for me. But then my class teacher helped me. She counseled me. She gave me that courage. She gave me that confidence. And then I thought, if I can speak 2 words, I can speak 2 sentences also. And if I can speak 2 sentences, maybe I can one day I'll be able to speak 2 paragraphs, maybe for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes. That is how the learning journey started. And then I started looking for whatever opportunities come to me to deliver as a speaker, maybe a vote of thanks, maybe an introduction of a speaker, maybe anything. But I tried to avail those opportunities, and my growing journey, that is how it was started.
Toastmaster Suji, sorry for the interruption.
Please.
My one question, like you said, your childhood one of the memory, right? So you said only 2 line good morning, right? But but that time you could speak in your native language. It doesn't matter like if when you speak something, it should be in English, right? It could be your native language. Communication means like we pass our message to audience, whatever our expression, right?
Please repeat the last line.
Like our communication means like our message should pass to our audience, what we are trying to say. It doesn't matter, we will say in English or Hindi or Marathi or Bengali or Malayalam.
Yes. It is said that a speaker must talk in a language which the audience understands most. This is one thing. And secondly, a speaker should talk in a language which he can speak better, which he or she can speak best. See, if you are saying about English is not my mother tongue. English is not my national language. Still, English is a foreign language for me. But if at all I have to speak in English, I have to prepare myself. I have to learn English. I have to go for learning, have vocabulary. So friends, I would say that there could be fear of rejection, lack of knowledge, fear of being judged, being evaluated, being in a crowded place, maybe fear of non-acceptance. But I will say that practice. Don't be fearful of feedback. Rehearse your speech in front of some new persons. Some persons like which you know better, they can give you valuable feedback. Try to have that feedback, work on that, know your audience. Maybe you remember one or two names from the audience so that you can be comfortable while talking with them. And first 15-20 seconds are very important. Take a confident entry, have energy, give your speech an energetic starting, and rock on the stage. Thank you so much for patient hearing. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok, for delivering a 5 to 7 minute script in a challenging atmosphere for 10 to 15 minutes. You took almost 15 minutes to deliver that wonderful way. Now coming on to the second speaker of the day. Before calling the second speaker, let me call upon Toastmaster Lucky Doctor, the vivacious, cheerful, the what I call her is the mother of chalk and duster. She nurtured it initially as the president of the club. Now let's hear from Lucky how she's going to evaluate the second speaker of the evening. Over to you, Lucky.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. So for the next speech, we have Toastmaster Danish, who would be delivering his Level 3 Project 3 speech with the title Art of Storytelling and Pathways Effective Coaching. So I will judge him and share my suggestions on the usage of story in his speech. So the way he uses his story or delivers a complete story in front of audience. That is what is the evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Lucky. Now timer to note, it will be 5 to 7 minutes. Now I call upon Toastmaster Danish Soma, the art of storytelling. The art of storytelling, Toastmaster Danish Soma.
Every day, I take the same road from my home to my office and back in the evening. After covering 2 kilometers, there was a big path hole on the road. People walk on the road daily, like me. They notice a path hole with a sneer and pass comments. Some people talked about the inefficiency and apathy of government. What they are doing? Do we pay our taxes for this? And they walked by without taking any action. One day, an old man lived by the roadside, decided to take the matter on his own hand. So he picked up his shovel, gathered sand from his garden, and filled the path hole. He poured cement over the patch and flattened it with the help of his mason friend. Some people commented, "Why you're doing it? It is not your job. It is government responsibility." The old man replied, "I use this road. My wife, my family use this road daily. If I don't take care of it, who will? We can't rely on someone to solve our problem." The next day, the path hole is converted into a smooth patch of road. The lesson that I learned from the story is we need to take action to solve our problem in spite of just complaining about it. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I will give my ideas on the topic, the art of storytelling. So I have a question for all of you. How many of you still remember Thirsty Crow story, which we all read in our third, fourth standard? Anyone? Lucky, Nirmala, Manoj. Lucky, can you give me an idea about the story? What the story is all about? In just 1-2 words.
Yeah, so story is about changing the situation as per your need and making it beneficial to you.
Right. Thank you for that. So on a hot summer day, there was a crow who was very thirsty. Then he saw a pot with less water at the bottom. He started dropping pebbles on the pot with the help of his brick. Water came up, he drank the water and flew away. Right? This is a story. Now my second question. Can anyone tell me when Jammu and Kashmir becomes a part of India? Anyone? Okay, I will repeat my question. Can anyone tell me when Jammu and Kashmir becomes a part of India?
1948.
It was always the part of India.
Okay. Any more?
1948.
1948, I said.
1948. Okay. On 26th October 1947, Raja
Okay.
Hari Singh assassinated to India when Pakistan tried to capture it. Okay. We all easily remember a thirsty crow story, an imaginary fable, but we forget our history that happens in a real event. How? This miracle happens due to the impeccable problem of story. Story builds us curiosity and suspense as what is going to be happen next. We get emotionally engaged with the character struggles and joy in the success. This emotional engagement help us to connect with the story and glue us till the evening. We often find it easy to sit and watch 3 hour long movie, but find it difficult to focus on a 1 hour long lecture. Why? Because of storytelling. Storytelling is a fundamental building block. It is something people have been uses for ages. It is an important skill that all of us possess. Through stories, we can inspire, change, and impart wisdom. Well, why does storytelling always work? Engage. When we hear a story, we get emotionally connect with it. Relatable. Stories often have characters or incident, so we can relate with it. Third, simplicity. Story just convert complex ideas into one more understand and readable action. Fourth, emotional impartment. Stories have the capacity to evoke emotion, whether it is feeling of a joy or sadness. Recently, Gadar 2 released in India, which generates 500 crores in just 24 days. Do you know how it earns so much in spite of not having a great superstar like Salman Khan or Amir Khan? Because people able to connect with Tara Singh, his struggle to get his son from Pakistan, fighting alone with 100 people, appealing dialogues, climax, a story, a complete package. Without an appealing stories involving our eastern neighbors, would it earn 500 crores? I think no. So I encourage everyone to use storytelling. We can use storytelling in our work to encourage our colleagues. Student teachers can use storytelling in class to motivate students. Keep in mind, when you have good story to tell, you will inspire people you will inspire people to imagine new things, which eventually makes the world a better place. Thank you for listening, and always remember, your stories have the capacity to make the things better. Thanks, and back to you.
Well done, Dennis, for that wonderful delivery of yours. I think I've set the stage on fire. Now let's go over to the third speaker of the evening. Before that, let me call upon a banker, a runner, and a reader who is in a quest for self-improvement. Toastmaster Prabhat Ranjan Behra to give us the guideline to evaluate the third speaker of the evening. Toastmaster Prabhat, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Today, my target speaker, Sri Satya Panda, would be delivering his second speech, or the first speech in the level 2 in the pathway of presentation mastery. So I would have the privilege to evaluate his speech today. Satya Panda is an engineer by profession and has over 2 decades of experience in a multinational company. He is an adorable father. Besides, he is very good at mentoring. He's a skilled mentor and a career success coach. He believes in be in the game, stay on the move. So today, the basic purpose of this speech would be to learn about different communication styles and identify his dominant style and share how his style impacts other style. So the speech would be 5 to 7 minutes. So I will be keenly observing his speech. So when the general evaluator calls for the evaluation, I will be giving my feedback. Thank you. Over to you, general evaluator. And all the best, Satya.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhat. Now we go to the third speech of the evening, will be delivered by Toastmaster Satya Narayan Panda with the topic, the Sipokopis recipe. The Sipokopis recipe, Toastmaster Satya Narayan Panda. The stage is all yours.
India. I tell India in this way. I love to tell India in this way. Inclusion and diversity in all possible ways. I'll take you through a nostalgic journey. All of you, please follow my instructions. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Think the most popular festival at your place and think about the dish your mom has prepared for you. Try to feel the smell and try to feel the taste. Open your eyes. If you can feel the saliva on your tongue, then that special dish is a favorite to you. If it is not, you are like me. So whatever you can see there is basically a dish, a kind of cake. In my local regional language, it's called pita. It's very tough to prepare this one. It's needs more than 24 hours. Water is soaked overnight. Then the next day morning, my mom used to prepare the fillings. The filling is made of coconut. Somebody need to grate it. Then they need to be mixed with jaggery and cardamom and pinch of those flavorful things. Yeah. So it's a laborious and strenuous job to prepare this one. 3 words I can recall, 3 words when I see the picture, see this cake. I'll refer to cake from the time being. Sickening, yucky, and unappetizing. Maybe due to the stickiness of the jaggery, I always used to hate this. I can recall that nostalgia of my college days. I went after a gap of 7 months to my home, and in the dinner, me and my brother are sitting in front, and my mother brought some dish for us, and just think, what could it be? This one, the sickening, yucky, and that unappetizing pita with lentil thing. I was about to say something because for me, it's not the 24 hours of labor. It's not whatever effort you have put in. Does it taste good? Does it taste good? That's the only way I evaluate everything in my life. It's the result or no result. But unfortunately, my mother stopped me in between. No, don't utter a word. Have the first bite, then tell me. Then I taken this first bite. Oh, my surprising. It's not yucky. It's not unappetizing. It's simply yummy because there is no coconut jaggery in that, which I hate. It's rather filled with some spicy thing, some black lentil and flavorful. It's absolute spicy. I love spicy and salty. So what is that added to the magic that day? My mother used a simple lesson which I right now can collect from my management. There is something called SIPOC. SIPOC means supplier, input, process, output, and customer. Who is the customer? Me. I am consuming the cake. And who is the owner of the process? My mama. But though technically she has done it, but she has added delicious improvisation to the equation. What she did? She put the equation as copies. COPIS. Customer, output, process, input, and supplier. It's not the way you used to do this. It's the way the customer wants this and loves this. Me, being a direct communicator, evaluate everything on the basis of results and goals. But my mother is an analytical communicator. She knows how I behave, and she is a skillful lady. She has put pressure on me to wait for that fast bite to digest, then pass my comment. Big lesson from that experience. Are we ready to wait till that fast bite and they'll feel and then experience? Second, are we ready? Are we ready to take the effort to see if whatever I have done is as per the expectation of the customer? If you follow these two, in a career, you will have abundance of success. And in your family, in your personal life, you will have very strong relationship. Remember, India, inclusion and diversity all the way. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Satya and Panda, for delivering that speech titled Psychocopis. That's a wonderful word from genre of management, and we got to know how it can be employed in our own life too. Now, going over to the next speaker of the evening. Before calling her on the stage, let me call her evaluator, Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale. Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale, if you could tell us the evaluation criteria for the fourth speaker of the evening.
Yes. Once again, with a different role. Sri Rupa Vauge. Sri Rupa, have I pronounced your name correctly? Sri Rupa Vauge?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. So Sri Rupa is going to deliver her level 1 project 2 speech under the pathway dynamic leadership. She will be delivering the speech for 5 to 7 minutes. Title is Beaten but Not Broken. I'm eager to listen to this now. Purpose of the speech for Sri Rupa to you is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any other topic of your liking, of your choice. So 5 to 7 minutes, level 1, project 2, dynamic leadership pathway, beaten but not broken. Sri Rupa Vauge.
Okay, now it is for me to introduce the speaker. So now, the fourth speaker of the evening, let's call up on the stage Toastmaster Sri Rupa Vauge with the topic Beaten but not broken, beaten but not broken, Toastmaster Sri Rupa Vauge.
Beaten but not broken. Anishtha Jitun's story of domestic violence. I feel it's very important to share these stories as they are the reality many people face, yet they can be ashamed to share. Learning from people's experiences of domestic violence and abuse helps us to understand the many forms it takes and how they have survived. from a doormat to rub on the wall. After Anishta's divorce, which took nearly 10 years, she found stability, independence, and inner fire. Today, she draws strength from her art. Currently, her work is on display at Codon Art Center in Mauritius. Madam President, fellow Toastmasters, this was back on 12th February 2019 when I received a phone call from Anishta urging me to save her life. After receiving the call, I was worried, thinking what happened and why she's waiting for her life. Thousands of questions were being pondering in my mind until me and my husband reached her place at the middle of the night. Here the story begins, behind the curtain. Coercive controls destroy relationships. Not only did Anishta face violence at the hand of her abusive husband, but unfortunately, her in-laws who lived with the couple inflicted verbal and emotional abusive behavior towards their daughter-in-law. Her kids also witnessed the violence their father perpetrated on their mother, were being more traumatized when he declared he was not their dad. The abuse has had a lasting impact on them until adulthood. Now, Anishta's kids declare their father as our mother's husband. Really, the society we are living, it is pretty much scary. Our culture makes it difficult. Our people make it difficult. Anishta is stating about the response of the society to her divorced single status. Years passes by, and she's facing the same thing. Strange fact, her own family disbanded their relationship with her once they come to know she filed for a divorce. It is the hidden truth. It is in front of everyone. Yet, everyone around her denies it. What you can do? Nothing. These memories are etched in her brain, not burned in her brain. She's left with no options. No one was there to help her out. Neither family, neither husband, no one. Whom she should look upon to help her. There comes a time when she finally able to make a break. So now she is far away from her abuser. All of her fears are subsided. Fellow Toastmasters, it takes a lot of courage to talk about or to experience the people have shared with us publicly, to talk with people, especially when women are dismissed or disbelieved in our so-called society. When they share their own experiences, most of the time we say, okay, might be it's your fault. Everyone acts like everyone said to Anishta, you should have tried longer. You should have stayed. Why didn't you have given a try? I would like to request each and every fellow Toastmasters, if someone knock you, kindly acknowledge that. She needs you. Although she's in a different situation, might be you don't have any idea what she's expecting from you. But in that state also, she reached to you. It's a very brave step. We as an individual might not take it, but yes, she did it. When someone comes to you, they ask for a positive response from you. That positiveness somewhere helps them to come forward, helps them to take the right decision. Thank you for your kind attention. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Sri Rupa, for sharing that powerful story. Quite heart-touching, no doubt. From doormat to rug on a wall, I think that's a journey worth remembering, worth emulating. Now let's go over to the next speaker, the fifth speaker of the evening. And before calling upon the fifth speaker, let me call upon the evaluator, Toastmaster Dennis Soma, to give us the evaluation guidelines for the fifth speaker of the evening.
Thank you, TMOD. Today, I'm going to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Dashrath, who is giving his speech of Level 1, Project 2 of his Pathway Presentation Mastery. The title of the speech is Stop Complaining. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn and review the basic method of writing a speech with a definite purpose and present well on any topic. So, all the timer, please note, the timing guidelines for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So all the best to Toastmaster Dashrath for his speech. Thanks, and back to you.
Okay, now let's go over to the fifth speaker of the evening. A young, enthusiastic newbie who has been delivering with lot of gusto whenever he speaks. I still remember his icebreaker, and I am eager to hear his second speech today. And the speech is Stop Complaining, Toastmaster Dashrath Kohli. Stop complaining, Toastmaster Dashrath Kohli. The stage is all yours.
Toastmaster Dashrath, you are talking on mute. Yeah, please.
Hello, Vishal. How are you? Dashrath, please don't ask me. Yesterday was a very hectic day. Boss has given me a lot of data to work upon, and I worked till midnight. I was having acidity. I could not eat lunch. I could not eat dinner. And today I am feeling very restless and tired. Today is a Saturday. I have a plan to take my family to entertainment outside for a movie. But I don't have the time. I need to work on the data. I have this headache. My stomach is paining. I'm not feeling well at all. I'm feeling laziness. Any idea what Vishal is trying to convey? Any idea what Vishal is trying to convey? Anybody? Vishal is
Going on complaining?
Yes, he is complaining. And today's topic is Stop Complaining. Let me explain this topic with the help of a beautiful example. There was a master and a disciple who regularly used to go to the forest for 6 months. And after those 6 months, they used to come back to the town, stay for a while, and go back to the forest once again to practice penance. It was during one of those 6 months when they were returning back to the town. From a distance, they could see the hut where they were supposed to stay. And what? Half of the hut roof is already blown off because of the wind. The disciple who saw this got very frustrated and irritated. He told to Master, Master, there seems to be no spiritual justice. We have been practicing penance for last 6 months. Our life should have been much better because we have doing much practice of spirituality. But there seems to be no spiritual justice. As the disciple was complaining, Master has gone down on his knees next to him and he started praying to the Lord. God, your ways, you are so merciful. For 6 months, we have been practicing penance in the forest, in the natural ventilation. We were thinking how we can go back to the hut, which is claustrophobic, closed from all the sides, and how we were going to breathe. Thank you, Lord, for your mercy. You have created the wind that has blown on the roof, and now we can breathe in the natural environment. The disciple thought that something must have gone wrong with the master during the penance. Anyway, when the master is wrong, you are not supposed to complain. Because when you complain about your boss, your promotion or increment cycle get affected. How many of you agree with this? Right, everybody? Yes. They went inside. I'm going to make the two statements. And if you are able to catch these two statements, rest of the speech is not required at all. A complaining mind is never peaceful. As the disciple was having a complaining mind, he was not able to sleep. He was twisting and turning. And a grateful heart is always peaceful. The master's heart was full of gratitude and he could sleep peacefully. They went inside. Let me repeat these two statements once again. A complaining mind is never peaceful. Any of you who is sitting here and attending this session, not because everything has gone wrong for you, but you have developed that habit of expectation, and when that expectation doesn't match to the requirement, you start complaining for each and everything in life. For example, if there is a hot in May, you start complaining. If there is a rainy season, very heavy rain, you start complaining. If there is very cold in November, in the month of November, you start complaining. Roads are filled with potholes, you are complaining. Traffic jams, you are complaining. Heavy rush in the local train, you complain. You complain for each and everything. Whereas a peaceful heart, which is full of gratitude, they don't complain. Not because everything is going right for them, because they have developed that habit of looking everything good and beautiful in the life. Now, they went inside the hut. They were inside the hut. The wind has created a cloud. The cloud is turned into a downpour and it was raining inside. The disciple got very angry and he came outside the hut and he was standing under the shade of a tree and blaming, what should I do? He saw next to him the master raised his hand gently in the air and started praying to the Lord. Lord, your ways, your ways. You're so merciful. You have created this downpour because we have never taken bath for the 6 months. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. The disciple got very angry and he thought, Master, what is there to be grateful for you when everything is going wrong? The master stopped his dance and said that, I do not know whether God exists or not. I do not know whether my prayer will be answered. I do not know to whom I am praying. But one thing is clear, that my approach in life of feeling grateful for everything in life is making me happy. And your approach of complaining for everything in life is making you miserable, and that is a wrong approach in the life. That's how the story goes about. And let me conclude. The full form of the stop. Anybody knows the full form of the stop? It is stop, think, operate, and the plan accordingly. So that was the title of my speech. Stop complaining. Over to you.
Thank you, Dashrath, for making us wiser. We'll all stop complaining and start living. Now, for the sixth speaker of the evening, the last speaker of the evening. Before that, I call upon...
Toastmaster, sorry for the interruption.
Yes.
So today we have only 5 speeches.
Okay, the last
Yeah,
speaker.
yeah.
Scrapped up, no problem. So we get more time for ourselves. So back to my theme of the day, that is your digging into our mental archives. We can dig into our treasure trove and share wonderful memories. But before getting into that, I would like to ask our timer, has everyone qualified? Don't give us the individual timing, just tell us, has everyone qualified?
Everyone is qualified except for Toastmaster Ashok, who took 16 minutes against the allotted time of 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Gaurav. Now, I'd request Toastmaster Ann Whitehall, could you come on the camera and share a wonderful memory of your life? Dig into your mental archive and share something beautiful, which should be short to the point and will remind us, take us in our journey too.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. A memory that is forever with me is the birth of my son 25 years ago. That was one of the best days of my life. I was looking forward to it and I was not disappointed. And based on what I've seen of my son over these past 25 years, he has made me and his dad and family members and friends very, very proud. He's a young man with a head on his shoulders. He knows what he wants and he goes after it. He has integrity. He's very loving and caring, generous and kind. And I am immensely proud of him, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Juan, for sharing that. I can feel that pride within me too. When you spoke about your son, a mother becomes a creator like God. Yes, once you create a life, you get that status of being a creator. Now, before you progress ahead, we'll come back to somebody, but before that, let's see the reports, the evaluators report. And to start with, the first speaker of the evening was Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale. And I need to give the evaluation of Toastmaster Gokhale, timer to time me. Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale, the challenge was delivering a 5 to 7 minute script within a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. I think you excelled in that. You had a very, very innovative opening. You used the technique of hypophora, that is asking a question and then answering it. It is a wonderful technique to connect with the audience. And you continued this technique throughout your speech so that audience do not float away from the screen, float away from your speech. To keep them glued to your speech, make it interactive. That's what good teachers also do in the classroom. Now the disruption, of course, started. That was the beauty of this speech. I was the first one to disrupt you because I thought no one is coming in. Then Toastmaster Prabhat, then came Toastmaster Lucky, and she stole away your time. So that's the time you should have snatched it away from her. Yes, I've understood, Lucky, what you are trying to tell me. So this is how we can go forward. So you handled all the disruptors with lot of cool and calmness, but you allowed Lucky to snatch away your time. And that didn't allow you to give a befitting conclusion. And the conclusion, every time we need to follow that path of a snake eating its tail, Ouroboros we call it. Come back and summarize whatever you spoke beforehand. So that could not be done properly, and you did it the quick finish. Practice, practice, practice. So what you need to do is, glossophobia is within all of us, but it can be overcome by practice, practice, practice. I think this could have been a befitting end to your talk. But a wonderful closing. I still remember those 2 words to 2 sentences, 2 minutes to 15 minutes. And you, with a cool, composed manner, you did a wonderful job the way you handled so many disruptors for 15 plus minutes. So I'll be waiting for more such speeches from you, Ashok. It was great learning from you today. With that, back to the general evaluator come Toastmaster of the day. Now going over to the next evaluator. TM Lucky Doctor, your turn now to give the evaluation for the second speaker.
Yes, yes, thank you, TMOD. fellow Toastmasters and presiding officer. Toastmaster Danish gave an appropriate example of how we can use a story in our speech. He started with the story and he incorporated few more things related to story in his speech, and that is bang on. You did a great job, Toastmaster Danish. You engaged us right from the beginning with a story. You started with a story, and then after some time, then you addressed to everyone, hello, Toastmasters. So my speech is this, that way. I loved the structure of your speech. Three things that I want to highlight that you did wonderfully. One, of course, you started with a story. Second, you kept everyone engaged. You asked questions off and on. You gave the mic to others to speak, and we were engaged all throughout your speech. Third, you did a good research of your topic and you listed out the benefits and where it can be used, all those things apart from having a good engagement from people. So these are the three great things that you did. Now coming to the improvement areas, the structure, the content was very well designed. A little more work on your voice modulation, on your pace and pitch of your voice can do wonders to your speech. Second point of improvement can be a good smile. I'm waiting to see that sweet smile on your face. Here it is. This is what you need to have in your speech as well. So with these two recommendations, I would like to conclude that overall, you did a great job, well-constructed speech, well presented, and very well delivered story along with great speech. Great job. Take up the challenge and do wonders in your next speech. Thank you. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Lucky, for giving that wonderful evaluation for the speaker. Now, for the third evaluator, Toastmaster Prabhat Ranjan Behra. Please take on the stage and give evaluation for Toastmaster Satya.
Thank you. Once again, Toastmasters of the day. Today, my target speaker, Satya Narayan Panda, was delivering his first speech in level 2. He started with a quote that India is has its rich culture and diversity. So definitely I was expecting, and I was trying to connect how it is linked to his different his learnings and different communication styles. He took us through a journey where I was closing my eyes and visualizing myself devouring those cakes and delicious mouth-watering cakes. The audience engagement from the beginning was so beautiful that I could simply go through the flow of his speech. It's well crafted, well designed, and it took us through a virtual journey. And during the next courses of his speech, different effective communication styles, especially the non-verbal communication styles, were apparent through the movement of his upper body parts as well as the vocal variety. But at the same time, the purpose of the speech was to explore different type of communication skills and express his dominant style and the influence of his communication styles on others. The key takeaways I got from his speech is a good storyteller, is a good orator, has a good, excellent non-verbal communication skills, vocal variety, and often smiles during his speech and keeps the audience engaged. But to take his speech to a different level, to next higher level, I would like to urge upon the speaker to implement these 2 points in his next speech, that to the implement the basic purpose of the speech in such a way that the audience really gets the message of the purpose of the speech, and at the same time conclude his speech in a manner that the entire speech gets summarized in 20 to 30 seconds. And had it a little bit of humor added to your speech, it would have been more interesting. We were happy. We were mouth-watering with your cakes that you had displayed on your screen. We had the emotion while you were going through your brother, your families, and we stayed connected. But the humor would have been more engaging with the audience. With these great skills that you have become a good orator, and if you implement these learnings in your subsequent speeches, I'm sure you are going to rock it in the next speech. Thank you and best wishes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhat, for that detailed evaluation, I would say. Now, for the fourth speaker, the evaluator is none other than Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale again. Toastmaster Ashok, the stage is yours.
Yes, Sri Rupa. Beaten but not broken. What a powerful story it was. Apt content with purpose, evident high energy, confidence, and self-belief. Speech delivered in standing position. What else is required? In spite of all odds, one should never give up and keep trying to turn the situation your way with positivity. That was the message, or that was the purpose of your speech, which you did it so beautifully. Kudos. You looked comfortable, confident, self-assured throughout your speech. Tools of tone, pace, that is the speed, and volume, they were used very effectively. I found spoken language was very clear and was easily understood by all of us. Clarity of thought was there. You were fully aware what you are going to speak or what you are speaking. Very good hand gestures, body movement, and with, fabulous facial expressions according to the emotions behind the words were the other positives. But I wish to give few opportunities for improvement which you may wish to work upon to make it more effective. Camera distance. Please be aware of the camera distance which you have, because when you were coming forward, your hands were going out of the frame. So the hand gestures were not clearly visible. So please take out the distance whenever you are coming forward. And also, while coming forward, you may wish to control the volume of the voice a bit, because you are coming near to the mic. So speaking with high volume, with coming near to the mic, it appears as shout. And third one is connecting with the audience could have been done more effectively by asking few more questions. That was, I felt that these 3 points, if you work upon, that would definitely take you to the next level. Thank you so much. Congratulations, the purpose was met. It's over to you, TMOD. Thank you. All the best.
Good points for improvement given by Toastmaster Ashok, for a very, very powerful delivery given by Toastmaster Sri Rupa. Now coming on to the fifth and the last evaluator, Toastmaster Danish Soma. Give your evaluation for the last speaker of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Manoj. So, Toastmaster Dashar, I have seen your last speech, the icebreaker speech. I still remember your story from failing a class to become a better version of myself. I even call that at any moment of my life. Today, your speech is today. I would like to talk about the things that I like in your speech. First, you started with a bang, engage. You try to engage the audience from the very first moment. For the conversation between two employees. One is who is complaining. We all face that in our life, right? We all complain about what works we are doing done, right? Second, you give an idea about the speech, what you're trying to give in speech, right? Stop complaining. Toastmaster Manoj are able to guess that, right? And the conversation between, and you have different stories, like conversation between the God and the masters. and difference between a complaining mind and a peaceful mind, and how to attain a peaceful mind. Second, your body language. I am able to see all your body language, your facial expressions, hand gesture. You are able to locate. I'm able to move with you. Your energy on the speech. I think you started with a great energy, and with that same energy, I not feel any deep in your energy at any point of your speech, right? Now some improvements. First, I think for content, I think you have incorporated a lot of stories in your speech, right? You can incorporate one story and make it a better one, right? So, and try to make it real one, right? So we can able to relate with that. Second, I think you are not smiling at all the time. Like Toastmasters, Lucky have told me this. You try to smile when you're delivering a speech, right? It makes speech more impactful. Even I need to work on that, but I still suggest you that you should start improvising that in your speech as well. Second, I'm all the time you're speaking on a single monotone, right? I'm not able to speak. You're focusing on a particular word, like I am Toastmaster Dashrath, right? You're speaking on the same pace and same pitch as all the time. So try to focus on particular. Try to give importance to some words that you want the audience to listen, right? Try to focus on that. And fourth point is, I think I can say that you need to so overall I like your script, I like your speech, overall I like your complete speech, your hand movement, your script, your story, and overall it is compatible performance of you, right? Like you have done in the last speech. Thanks, and back to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you, Dennis. Now let's go over to the three musketeers. I'll start with the R counter of the day. Madam Nirmala Sen, Toastmaster Nirmala Sen, please give your evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today's meeting actually, what should I say? It's like a speech contest. Every speaker is versatile in his her way. So I could not found any so much error or repeated word. So more, but I would like to say Ashok sir, Toastmaster speaker one. Many times he speaks, so that 2 times. Speaker to Danish, Toastmaster Danish. I could not found any error. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Satya. 1 time and many times. Speaker 4, Toastmaster Shirva Wage. Everyone repeated, she repeated 2 times. And speaker 5th, Toastmaster Dashrath Kohli, 2 times. And that it is my report. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. Over to you.
Thank you, Nirmala. Now let's go over to the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Ashok. Please share your report. Ashok R.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Can Zoom Master grant me the access for sharing access?
Access given.
Given, okay, thank you. Kindly let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. It was a good meeting, I can say that, because it was hard to find it was hard for me to find the errors in this meeting. Coming to first line, the word of the day was used by 2 Toastmasters. Toastmaster Manoj used twice, Toastmaster Satya used twice, and I kindly beg the pardon if I missed anybody's used in the word of the day. The noteworthy words I could observe in this meeting are Mosaic, glossophobia, confine, orator, resolve, introvert, eloquent, utter, nurture, gear, inspire, unappetizing, witness, myth, acknowledge, gently, miserable, blue, disrupt, pace, urge. And I have figured out some noteworthy phrases. Life is a Mosaic memory, fear of failure being judged, fear of feeling silence, vote of thanks, growing journey, changing situation as per your need, thirst crow story, decades of experience, adorable father, mid of the night, hidden truth, mental archive, caring, generous, and kind, compactable performance. Coming to good quotes, if there is a problem, there is a solution. Storytelling has the capacity to make the things better. Inclusion and diversity is there in all the way. Beaten but not broken. Doormat to rug on the wall. Complaining mind is never grateful. Stop complaining, start living. Take up the challenge and do the wonders. Despite of all odds, turn the situation to your way. These are the quotes. There were few corrections. I would like to correct it. So, could you observed can be corrected as did you observe? I have experienced can be corrected as I am experienced. She knows. It appears as sort, we can say it was a noisy. So other than this, meeting was flawless. So with this, I wrap up my report. I shall hand over my virtual stage back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashok, for that detailed report. Somebody to start sharing the voting links. Till that time, I call upon the timer to tell us the timer's report. Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Mr. Manoj. I just shared the report, and today I think the session was awesome. People had shared their experiences with great energy, so that was a good learning, and it also taken me through the nostalgic memories of mine also. So I just share the report if you can just if everybody can just see the screen.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Okay, good. So the first speaker, Mr. Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale, so the allocated time to him was 10 to 15 minutes. His speech took 16 minutes 22 seconds, and the evaluator took 2 minutes 57 seconds to give the report. Now, for Toastmaster Danish Soma, the time allocated was 5 to 7 minutes. Total time he spent on the speech was 6 minutes 14 seconds, and evaluator completed his evaluation in 2 minutes 17 seconds. For Toastmaster Satya, time allocated was 5 to 7 minutes. He took 6 minutes and 5 seconds, and the evaluator took 2 minutes 46 seconds. For Toastmaster Shri Rupa, the time allocated was 5 to 7 minutes. She completed her speech in 5 minutes 28 seconds, and evaluator took 2 minutes 40 seconds. For Toastmaster Dashrath Kohli, the time allocated was 5 to 7 minutes. He took 6 minutes 24 seconds to complete his speech, and evaluator took 2 minutes 26 seconds to give his report. So with this, I hand it back to you, Toastmaster Manoj, for taking the proceeds forward for the day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, timer of the day. With that, we wind up our session. I think we had a wonderful meeting. The Speak Marathon became a success. We had it for the first time in our club. And with wonderful memories we'll be carrying today with us, learning from all these 5 great speakers who showcased their talent. It was a tapestry of memory, a mosaic of memory that you are going to carry after the meeting. With that, I hand over the stage back to the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Ravinder Kaur.
Toastmaster of the day and President, pardon for intervening during the progress of this meeting. So may I request, because as per the original schedule, the speaker Ashok, the first speaker, should not have been disturbed more than once by any disruptor. So he was, because I thought he was disrupted by twice by the third disruptor. So may he be allowed to be evaluated during today's speech? It's a request.
As per the guideline, 4 times it can be disrupted during 10 to 15 minutes.
Not more than once by individual disruptor. But by the third or fourth disruptor disrupted more than once. So that benefit may be given to the speaker for evaluation. I mean, he may be considered because the excess time, 22 seconds it again. Maybe this is my request to.
I think this is a kind of challenge that needs to be taken by the speaker. At level 4, one need to take on that challenge.
Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Manoj Lenka, for performing for running the meeting, today's meeting smoothly. Yeah. And Toastmaster Prabhat, you are absolutely right. And the disruptor took the more time. I think the speaker couldn't complete his speech, what he want to convey, but he couldn't get the time. The distractor should took at least 30 to 40 seconds, not more than that. I have observed that.
No, that was TM Ravinder. That was her role to distract him
was the
and
role.
take it.
Yeah, even my role was there, so I stopped myself.
Succeeded in that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stop, but Lucky's role was that.
Yeah.
And she did it wonderfully.
Yeah, she did it. Yeah.
So that was a challenge for Ashok to stop and take it back.
Yeah. Otherwise, she will continue and she will snatch the time from the speaker. Overall, the meeting was wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, overall, the meeting was wonderful.
See, I don't. May I say something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, please do.
It's absolutely fine by not keeping me in the polling list. Absolutely no problem. But as Manoj said and as Ravinder answered, if you go through that evaluation sheet fully, it is clearly written there. Any disruptor should disrupt only once. Once he or she is addressed by the speaker, then he or she should stop. That is what the evaluation sheet says.
And that's true.
So
that's it from me. I'm absolutely fine with everything. No problem at all. But that is what I said. If you go through an evaluation sheet word by word, as Prabhat pointed it out, and Prabhat has rightly pointed it out, any disruptor should disrupt only once. Once he or she is addressed, he or she should stop.
Because I evaluated, I had gone through that set. It's basically at level 4, one of the challenge. If somebody is coming again, how you tackle that, that's the challenge you could have shown. That's my point.
No, that is what I said. It's absolutely fine with me. It's absolutely fine with me. Do not take it otherwise. Do not take it otherwise. I'm just talking about what is written there in the literature. Because it is my habit to go through word and word of everything right from purpose of the speech to what evaluators last note. That is how I came to know about it. I was asking the same thing to all of the speakers. I mean, when we had a meeting today for pathway navigation, I was asking that please go through the full sheet of evaluator's note. It is available. Then you can prepare your sheet. And once again, I would say it's absolutely fine with me. Absolutely no problem. Please go ahead. Thanks, Prabhat, for raising this point.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Show. Yeah, Zoom Master Sarika, certificates are ready. Yes. Then kindly share screen. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shilpa, for winning the Best Prepared Speaker Award.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations.
Just Nirupa.
Next.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next. And congratulations, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka, for winning the Best Evaluator Award for today's meeting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next. Best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Shokar. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shok.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
To you. Is there any? Sarika? Next, if there any more? No, then you can stop share. Yeah, you can stop share. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you all the role player for attending today's meeting, and kudos to you, Zoom Master, Toastmaster Sarika Das, for attempting this challenging role for the first time, and you nailed it gracefully.
Thank you.
Yeah. So with this, I declare the meeting number 107 officially over now. So Zoom Master, now you can stop recording so that we can start networking. Yeah.